severe weather update.
Well, good Saturday afternoon. I hope you're staying in and staying warm today, and you don't have to get back out. The snow has been flying since late last night, and we have gradually accumulated snow on the ground across the area, although amounts have been pretty light so far across much of southern Missouri. The heaviest amounts that I can find, and they're in the 2 to 4 inch range, are here in northwest Arkansas. Cassville reporting about 2 inches. Here in Springfield, we've had about 1 to maybe as much as 2 inches of snowfall so far. What does it look like? Well, right now we've still got light to moderate snow falling along in north of I-44. We're in a bit of a lull, though, south of the interstate. Broadening out the view, you can see we got a long way to go, folks. We've got the expected lull coming into the area, especially southern Missouri, eastern Oklahoma, much of Arkansas. Not a lot falling from the sky. But then as we get back toward Oklahoma City, the panhandle of Texas, and into Mexico, where the core of the storm is, there is snow falling, there is winter precipitation, and that's what's going to be moving across our area conveyor belt style as we work through tonight into tomorrow morning. So we've got a long way to go with this snow event. So let's take a look at the rest of the day tonight and tomorrow. And for the rest of this afternoon, again, I don't expect the snow to be overly heavy. It's going to be generally light, and accumulations will be generally light through the rest of the afternoon. But after sunset, here comes that next bigger wave. And we are going to find this storm, I think, strengthening to our south, coming off the coastal plains of Texas and then moving into the deep south. And it looks like as this thing strengthens, we are going to find a more uniformly heavy area of precipitation. And for us, it's going to be mainly just snow throughout this entire event. But down to the south, where some warmer air aloft is going to try to work in, we're probably going to mix in a bit of sleet in places like Jasper, maybe Mount Home, Norfolk, West Plains, Alton, all locations where there could be some sleet later on this evening and overnight tonight. Now that should shift out, and then it's just all snow again. Meanwhile, areas further north, it's all snow throughout the night. And as we're waking up tomorrow morning, we've still got snow falling from the sky. Now I think tomorrow morning, it's going to be an awful lot like what we're getting right now. It's generally light. Occasionally you'll get a moderate burst of snow, and then it tapers off late morning into the early afternoon on Sunday. So cutoff time for our snow, accumulating snow, is going to be sometime between, I think, noon and 3 o'clock on Sunday. As far as totals, I think we're looking good in terms of the overall snow totals with this event. And this is for the entire snowstorm, what we've had and what we're going to get. And I think areas to the north, Nevada, Stockton, Clinton, Warsaw, Camdenton, Eldon, these areas we're looking generally at around 4 to 7 inches of snowfall. As you drop further south across southern Missouri, and this includes the I-44 corridor, I think we're generally looking, I would say go ahead and say 7 inches to 10 inches. There could be an isolated spot or two that hits 11, but I think generally this is going to be a 7 to 10 inch snowfall for southern Missouri. Once you get to the state line and south of the state line, that's kind of the sweet spot in regard to the storm track for a heavier snowfall. Looks like generally there, I would say 9 inches to maybe as much as a foot. If we see over a foot of snowfall, it's going to tend to be here in localized areas of northwest Arkansas, maybe some of that higher terrain area. 7-day forecast looking very cold. It looks like about 10 for a high today, down to 4 tonight, 13 for a high on Sunday. Meanwhile, throughout that entire stretch, we got wind chills below zero. In fact, at times they're going to be as low as minus 15 to minus 20. Sunday night into Monday morning, we're going to clear things out somewhat. I think with light winds, this Arctic air mass in place, snow on the ground, we're going below zero. It looks like probably most areas in the minus 5 to minus 10 degree range, maybe even lower, at least at a localized level. And it looks like highs stay well below freezing on Monday, maybe near freezing on Tuesday, and maybe a little above on Wednesday. And all that's going to get us is the beginning process of sort of whittling away at the snow cover and some improvement maybe on roads. But I think generally we're going to find this snow on the ground, and we're going to find this snow on roads that are untreated or unplowed all the way into next weekend. Carissa?
Yeah, Jamie, we are taking a look now at what road conditions look like across the metro. So this is the MoDOT Traveler Map, and right over there you can see kind of a list of what all of these colors mean. So this dark blue here means partly covered. All of the roads in the Springfield metro are partly covered. This right here, partly covered. All of it. So make sure if you are driving out there, you're being slow, you're being safe, you're leaving enough distance in between you and the car in front of you. Don't be tailgating anybody. We want to make sure that if you do absolutely have to get out on these roads, that you are staying safe. Now, again, we said they are partly covered. If we can pull up one of these cameras here in the metro showing what does that even mean. I'm sure that you guys can look outside and see for yourself, but right here is sunshine. And looks like Mayfair there. That's what we mean right here. You can see that they've been driven on. They have maybe a couple of plows gone over them. They are drivable. Make sure that you are being safe though. And even again, further south, just like Jamie said, that is where we're going to see those higher snow totals. Right here is 65 and Division. You can see on the highways, they've at least got one lane cleared. Make sure again that you're driving slow. It is possible to get around at this time. Just like Jamie said and our most accurate meteorologist said, the snow that we had that just came down, not a lot. I was just outside, I actually measured it with the ruler. It was just over an inch. Just because it's only an inch doesn't mean that it still is safe out there. Make sure, again, you're driving safely. Again, further south, like in the Branson area, that's where we see a lot of the higher snow totals. Here's what road conditions looked like on the Branson Strip around 1 o'clock. We do have an Ozarks First crew down there keeping an eye on the roads, and they caught up with a couple who decided to venture out.
Just little bit from the hotel to here, so nobody's out. The hills will be interesting for us today. We'll probably be the only ones out on the street. Can't even get coffee. Seven Brew is closed.
Man, gotta get the coffee, Jamie.
Said 7 Brew is closed.
7 Brew is
Man,
closed.
It's a bad day when 7 Brew is closed. But you know what? And for good reason. I mean, this has been a very well advertised storm. Folks knew it was coming. They've prepped, and I think for businesses that were able to maybe close for today, especially maybe tomorrow, especially in the morning hours, that's good because, you know, I mean, we get storms like this, but they're infrequent, and it's better to be safe and be able to stay home if you can. We were talking about Branson. It looks like maybe they picked up around 2 to 3 inches of snow. Yeah. So far, the heaviest amounts have been down to the south and southwest Missouri and northwest Arkansas. Yeah,
and that's why these roads are all purple. Purple means completely covered in snow. Or covered in some capacity. This time it's snow. So there's really not a road, maybe this highway right here, that has been treated. Everything else in that Branson area, especially on those hills, oh my goodness, you have to make sure that you're staying safe. And we will continue to give you guys some updates, provide coverage every hour at the top of the hour right here.
That's just
broadcast.
Our television coverage.
That's just right here.
Yeah.
That's here on your screens. Yeah. We got even more.
That's right. I mean, we're online right now. We're on CTV. I mean, you can join us on Apple TV, Fire TV, Roku. I'm sure they're in there. Well, we're on right now, but when we're done talking, they're going to be talking, so they're probably ready for us to be quiet, right?
I think so, yeah. Make sure that you download that Ozarks First Plus app, and you can also stay up to date with any conditions on Facebook, Instagram. We're going to be on social media as well. So we'll make sure to see you guys here in about an hour, and we'll see you on our streaming services.